Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. What a beautiful day. You don't know what you're missing if you're not coming out. Come on. Yeah, you. Come on. Get out, and I'll just show you really quick where Starlight is. Look at that. There's some water down here. So Starlight is out here on a trail right in front of a lake out here. Ah, Starlight loves being near the water. So anyway, yeah, come on, come on. Bring your, Starlight's got some vegetables, some fruit, bring some vegetables. Starlight's got her water out here, you know, come on out, bring some stuff. Don't forget anything, you don't want to do that. But yes, get out in nature. And anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can give my videos a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget, don't be afraid, don't be shy, swing by and say hi to Starlight by leaving me a comment down below. Beep, beep, beep. And yes, I never know what kind of comments I'm going to get on my YouTube channel, but I'm letting you know that I read them all. So thank you, all of you that do leave Starlight a comment. And not only leaving me a comment is you could share my videos, and you could share my videos with your family, your friends. Iguana? They're out here. Starlight has been watching them out here. Yes, you could share my videos with the iguana, and I do have a special video for you that I made.
Look
before.
at what are you doing?
I just
Push-ups
gotta figure out
again?
if I have it on my phone.
And
I
1,
hope I do.
2,
And
3, 4,
the other
5,
animal
6.
out here, I've seen a lot out here, is a hummingbird. There's a beautiful hummingbird. Yes, you could share my videos with a hummingbird. And also, don't forget my notification, and you can check out my playlist. Plus, you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, Starlight has got to get some water. What a beautiful day. And I just want to say thank you to the new subscribers out there. Thank you for joining me and the family. This is a family here. Anyone is welcome to come here. Starlight doesn't look at the color of your skin. As long as you can understand the language that I speak, when I talk. And of course they have that set up on YouTube where you can, if you don't know English, it will, hopefully do that so you can understand what I'm saying. But Starlight loves all of you, and anyone is welcome. So thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for leaving a message down below. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you. That is how YouTube is going to send more people to my YouTube channel. And it's not about me, it's about all of us. It's about people, it's about the world, it's about life, it's about the future of the kids. And it is, for Starlight to help, to grow her YouTube channel. But like I said, I'm out here is because it's for the future of the kids. So anyway, and it's not just for the future of the kids, it's for everyone, all of us. So I love you so much, and today, be quiet. Don't say a word. I am doing this. You know why Starlight is doing this? A lot of you, a lot of you, you're afraid to use your voice. So Starlight's like, shh. Because that's exactly how society is. They don't want you to use your voice. Do you have like a friend or family where you want to say something, but you're afraid to say what's on your heart and mind? Are you afraid to express yourself to the fullest instead of holding it in, letting everybody run over top of you? Starlight's been there, believe me. That was Starlight's life. I wanted to say stuff, but I bit my tongue. So you know what you do? You have a choice. You can always like, shh, not say a word and hold it in. Or you have that choice to express yourself. And a lot of times, whether you understand this or not, if you have a hard time expressing yourself, it has a lot to do with your throat chakra, your chakras. So if your throat chakra is closed, or even other ones before that, like your root chakra, your solar plex, your sacral chakra, your solar plex, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, if these ones are blocked, it's going to be hard for your throat chakra for you to be able to express what you want to say. Do you got family members that push you around and boss you around, and they treat you, with disrespect? And inside, you're thinking shit, aren't you? You're thinking stuff, but you never express yourself. And if you're one of these people that I'm talking to, not talking about, I'm talking to, you're one of these people that you're around family members and they belittle you. They make you feel small. They know you so well, and they can boss you, they can control you, they can tell you what to do with your life, and you feel like you don't have any power. And you want to express yourself, but you don't. Because Starlight's been there. Now, if you have a car, like I have, and like I have my whole time, ever since I had a car, I've had a car ever since I started in life, is, if you go visit them, and, you could have felt great before you went to go visit your family or friends or, people, whoever they are, and you let them walk all over top of you. You let them say stuff without explaining anything. You are afraid to express yourself. You're afraid to stand up for yourself. But when you drive, when you get in your car, if you have a car, or even if you don't have a car, and you visit, maybe they picked you up, maybe they came to your house, whatever the situation is. And once they leave your house, if you don't have a car, and they came to visit you at your house and you don't have a car, and when they leave, and then this is when it all happens. It's when you're not with them anymore, whether they came to your house and visit, and then they left, they came and they dumped all their shit in your house, and controlled you, down you, make you feel less than human, make you feel small. And then they take off and they go home. They're just happy as can be. Yeah, they're just happy as can be. They feel so great. They were able to say what they wanted to say. And you were afraid to speak up, and express yourself, or to say what you've been holding in so long. And once they leave, and you see them driving out the driveway or driving down the street, then things start happening. After they leave, then you're like, oh man, I wish I could have just said, I am tired of the way they treat me. I'm tired of, them controlling my life, or you're the one that visits your family or friends, or, people that you associate with, and you go to their house because you're lonely, you don't want to be by yourself, and, you're the type that thinks that you need to be around people, and you put yourself in bad situations because you're lonely and you're sad and you're depressed and you want company, you need somebody to talk to, and so you go to their house. You could have felt one way before you got there, and then you go there because you're desperate to talk to somebody, to be around somebody. You don't have anybody to talk to, so you're forced in a way. You think you're forced that I gotta go to their house. I don't have anybody else to talk to. This person could understand you. They could understand you pretty well. That is why they do what they do to you, is because they know you really well enough that they've figured you out, where they can have you come to their house and to control you, maybe get money from you, maybe they're using you one way or another, maybe, but then they make you feel good at times. They puff you up, and they're like, oh wow, this person, guy or girl, really makes me feel good when I'm here. That was that one visit, right? But another visit, the same person, the same house, you could go there, and the next time they're tearing you apart. So you love it when you go there, when they lifting you up, and you go home and hey, I feel really good about myself. But then the next time you go to the same person's house, then you don't like what they said. And you wanted to say something to them, but you didn't have a voice. So, shh, don't say anything. What, Starlight? But I want to say something. I want to say what I want to say, Starlight. I am so tired of holding it in. Every time it happens, every time I go home, every time I leave their house, I'm in my apartment, I'm in my house, and I'm mad. Why are you mad? Because I didn't say shit. I let them come in my castle, because that's what it is. It's your castle if they're in your house, right? It's your castle, no matter what size it is, no matter if it's an apartment or a house or a castle. It's your castle. But are you letting people come in and walk all over you, spill their crap all over you, use you, take advantage of you, then leave and walk away and just leave you there? That happens to a lot of us. Or Starlight used to be one of those people. How about like even with dealing with business? You go to work, and your boss has figured you out. The boss knows you and has been studying you, and now he's telling you to do stuff, and you know that you don't have to do that, but he's your boss, so you feel like you have to do what he's telling you to do, even though you that was not a part of the agreement when you got hired for that job. I'm just making sure nobody's coming through here. So Starlight might have to change this up a little bit. Oopsie, sorry. So yes, we all have a voice. But are you using your voice? Are you, God gave us all a ton to speak. And, if you're one of those people that are letting people run over top of you, and you never say anything until when you get home, or when you're driving, if you have a car and you're driving home, and then, because Starlight knows what this is like. When I get in my car, I'm focused on, okay, where am I going? I'm going home. And as I'm driving home, like I used to drive like an hour, just to get to my house from people that I used to visit. And as I'm driving home, I'm upset with myself. I didn't have a voice. I didn't use it. I had fear. And so when that happened, Starlight was fuming. Starlight said a lot of shit in her car. Believe me, you don't want to see Starlight getting upset in her car. She says all kinds of crazy, whacked out stuff. Believe me, you want to, plug your ears when Starlight gets upset driving. Because that is what we need. We need to express ourselves. We need to get upset. We need to, when people are taking advantage of us, when people are using us, when people are controlling us, when people are manipulating us for their own purpose, for their own needs, where there's people, this is what, people go through this, and they use family members. They're like, oh, you're so nice, or you're so kind, and they make you feel so, oh yes, I am very kind. I'm a very kind girl. I love helping people out. And so they do this. It's a head game. It's a play. And then they take from you, they get what they want, and the next time you go to their house, they make you feel like sunshine one time, the next time you're a piece of shit. And you're like, oh, they were just in a bad mood. But don't you want to say something? You don't have to let people run over top of you. Not at, your boss. First, you gotta deal with your family members and friends. Practice. Starlight did this. It does work. If you're one of those people that doesn't say shit, and then when you get in your car or when you walk home or when you get in the place that you live, then you're like flipping out, you're walking, pacing back and forth on the floor, and then you're like, how dare they? Why did they say that to me? You're just like rewinding the whole mess that just happened, and you're fuming, and the things that you say in your house is exactly the stuff that you wish you could say to them right to their face, but you never say it. You never say it. So what I learned in that kind of situation, like really now, I've had to let go a lot of people. So that is one way of handling this stuff, is don't deal with those people. But some of you are like, but Starlight, they're the only ones I know. They're the only people I know. But you got to understand that it's better to be by yourself than to have somebody that's playing head games with you and, tearing you apart with their words, manipulating you, controlling you, using you for your money, because it's going to drain you every time. And then when they want something, that's when they're like, yeah, So what I had to learn before is find out when the person is, if, like, does this person use you for the money? Do they need stuff off of you all the time? Find out, is it a certain time of the month? That sounds horrible to say that, but is it a certain time of the month when they're running out of funds? When they're running out of money? That's a great time to avoid them. That's what Starlight had to do. Oh, what time of the month is it anyway? Oh yeah, it's like the 25th. It's the end of the month. That's when I need to stay away from them, And then I got to figure, okay, when do they get their money? Oh, they get their money, say the 5th of the month, with welfare, government funds or whatever. Oh yeah, they get their money on the 5th. So, hey, after. But you know what? You really got to express yourself. You got to, if those people are not worth it, you could leave them. But if you think it's something that, you need to discuss and talk to them about, these are things that you gotta face these things. You can't just ignore it and then go back and get more, and then get upset with, who are you upset with? Well, I'm upset with myself. Why are you upset with yourself? Because I didn't say shit. I wanted to say something, but I didn't. Every time I go there, I want to say something, but I never do. So you know what I learned on that is when you really love somebody and you don't want to let them go, even though you should, is I had to program myself and say, you know what, the next time I go to their house, I'm going to do it. I'm going to say what's on my mind. I'm going to get it off my chest. And the other thing in life is, in society, is they don't want us to express ourselves. Society, the government, not even the churches. Churches, the government, they want to control you on what you can say and what you can't say. That happened to me when I was in church. I went to church, but you know what? I didn't have a freedom of speech there. No! Shh, Starlight, don't say that stuff here. You can't talk like that in the church. I wasn't swearing. So really be careful of where you're going, and if they're going, shh, where you're afraid to express yourself. How about out in society when you're walking around in parks, or maybe out when you're, with other people, and, where you want to express yourself and say something, but there's all these people around and you're like, ooh, I can't say anything. Why? Well, what would they think of me if I said what's really on my mind? They might agree with you. Have you ever thought of that? They actually might think, you know what? You got a point. They might not. They might be scared shitless like you. They might want to say that, but see, they're being controlled and not to express yourself. This is the way society is, the 3D dimensional. Starlight's not there. I'm gonna say something. You know, we need to speak up. So don't shh. Learn to express yourself. Say what's on your heart and mind. You know what? I swear on my videos because I'm being authentic. When I swear, that means I'm being authentic. I've watched other YouTubers out there. They're not being authentic. They are trying to feel you out and see how they should talk and speak, and they don't want to have any flaws in their videos. Everything is perfectly made. That's not being authentic. By having errors in your videos and not wording things right, or things are not coming out right, that's being authentic. But deleting everything and redoing videos, you know how long that takes to actually make a perfect, is it perfect? Still, it's not going to be perfect because it's unperfect people making a video trying to make something perfect. It's not going to happen. It's just like churches. They claim that it's the perfect church to go to, but imperfect people are there. Do you think the church is going to be perfect? So don't let the church take your voice. You know, you have that freedom. This is the time that, you know, you got social media or wherever that you are to be able to post things. Express yourself. And as far as like face-to-face to somebody that you know, is that you want to really talk to them and you want to kind of win that relationship, you know, with that person, is what I have done, and it really worked out great for me, is I pretended in the mirror that the person I was talking to, and you know what, and the mountain's going to get so high, and one of these days it's going to come out. It's going to come out in a way that you would never expect. You're going to like burst. It's going to pop like a balloon, and you're going to finally express yourself. You're going to finally, don't let your parents run over top of you. You know, well, they're my parents, Starlight. Yeah, I know they're your parents, but guess what? Are you living in the house? No, Starlight, I have a job. I have my apartment. I pay for all my bills. They don't pay for it. I'm responsible. You know, don't let your parents control you. You know, don't let your brother bully you or your sister bully you and to control you. And, you know, you got to let go of that fear that you hold and why you're not speaking and expressing yourself. So, shh, don't say anything. You know what I say to that? You know, blank that. Use your voice. Use your freedoms that we have now. We need you to speak your voice. You know, say what's on your heart and mind. Don't be afraid to say what's on your heart and mind. Say it. Tell those people, you know what? I am tired. Why are you tired of me? Well, I'm tired of you because you criticize me. You make me feel small. That's taking your power back by using your voice. That's the first step right there, is taking your power back by using your voice. And you're putting a stop, like, stop. I'm not, you know what? Next time somebody runs their mouth, say, stop it. I am not letting you do this to me anymore. I'm not. You know, you could say, if you do this anymore, then that's it. I'm done with this. I'm not going to make you, I'm not going to have you make me feel small. You know, you always think you're right about everything. You think you know me when you don't. You're trying to control me. I know that you're manipulating me. I know that you're using me. You know, I've been good to you. You know, you've been taking advantage of me, and I've just been letting it happen. So whose fault is it? Yours. It's not you're being tested. It's a test. Are you going to let people run over top of you? Because that's the test. It's a test. God, the universe, is using a test. Puts people in your life. It could be your family members. It's a test. Are you going to let them run over top of you your whole life? Tell you what to do, what you shouldn't do? where to go, what you know. Now, if it's for your protection, you know, if you're going in places that are not really good and you could get killed or something like that, and they say you really, you know, that might not be a good thing, but you still got to do it on your own. You got to figure it out on your own, whether you go there or not, whether you take that risk or not. You don't want to live in fear, though. You don't want people controlling you and telling you how to run your life. You do need to use your voice, and you need to take that back. That's a part of taking your power back. Anyway, I love you all, and shh, Starlight, shh. No, I'm going to say what I want to say. You know what? I don't have to listen to you. I don't have to listen to you either. I'm going to express myself to the fullest. That's what God gave us, a voice. God gave us a throat chakra so we can use it and express ourselves. Look at this stuff. Jesus, I'll tell you what. You don't want to mess with Jesus. Jesus will say stuff in such a way, you know, be like, wow, what did he mean by that? Wow, that's a powerful way of expressing yourself. Yeah, you don't want to. Jesus was no wimp, you know. So anyway, I love you. Stop being quiet. Express yourself. Say what you want. You don't have to apologize for what you need to say. Use your voice, because that's taking your power back. Anyway, I love you. This is Starlight. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you could leave a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. And you could share my videos with your family, your friends. Let's see. An ant. Starlight's got an ant. And a butterfly. Starlight's got a butterfly. And also, you can check out my playlist, and you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. Shh. No, I am going to say what I want to say. I am going to, you want me to be quiet? I'm going to say more. You know, I am going to express myself. That's what we're here to do. Express yourself. Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind. Stop holding it in. It's not healthy for you to hold it in. It's like holding a number 4 in, you know? How long are you going to hold that number 2 that ends up being a 4? The pain, huh? Yeah, well, that's exactly what you're doing when you don't express yourself. It's like holding number 2, number 4, whatever number you are, you know, or even holding number 1. You know, I'm holding it. Well, you're going to piss your pants if you keep on holding it. So you, just like a number 2, you don't want to hold it in, right? It ain't comfortable, is it? Starlight's been there too many times in this journey here where I couldn't go to the bathroom and I couldn't find a bathroom. You know, that's when shit happens, when, you know, Starlight might find the bushes somewhere. You know, if I can't find a toilet, guess what? I gotta get this out. So same with you. You gotta get it out. It's not good to hold that shit in. It's not good for your health. So I love you so much. Let go of fear. Take back your power. Say what's on your mind and heart. I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.